Internet search is over. You found Ron and Fez.
Back with the Ron and Fez show. Ron Bennington, Fez Wiley with you live on a Wednesday. Toll-free phone number 866-277-4969. Ronnie, tomorrow, history will be made. We'll be watching it as Annika Sorenstam plays on the PGA Tour, the men's tour, at the Colonial Golf Tournament in Fort Worth, Texas.
It's always kind of interesting because you look at a sport like golf, and you got to think that, you know, with wiring, it's not just all based on stress, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And that maybe as time goes by, this could be somewhat of a mixed sport, huh?
That would be interesting to see. Now, they say that Annika's going to have a lot of trouble because it is going to be different greens. There's a different course makeup for men than there is for the women.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't golf. So does that mean just there's more walking and that could really get to her?
No, not so much the walking, but the fact that she hasn't played on that type of surface, so she doesn't know where the breaks are.
Oh, okay. And, of course, the pressure of never having competed in a PGA tournament.
Yeah. Now, do you think that, you know, that's the thing about golf. It's not so much, you know, all these guys can play really great when it's not on the line, but the pressure of over a few days that you don't blow a shot or two.
Yeah, where every shot becomes so important. And with this girl, oh my gosh, they're just surrounding her already from the minute she showed up in Fort Worth.
I know, she looks like Tiger Woods in the middle of that whole thing.
So it'll be interesting to see what she can do. Now, Vijay Singh, of course, he was the golfer who started all the crap by saying, I hope she doesn't make the cut.
Right.
And he won the Byron Nelson last weekend and has decided to drop out due to exhaustion.
He's exhausted from golfing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you should do on your day off.
He's golfed so much, it's like getting tired from like laying next to the pool.
So if a golfer needs a day off, what does he do? Go to work construction? How does that work? He does something totally opposite?
He does his taxes.
Oh, I see. So he says, I hope she misses the cut. Then tries to qualify it by saying, no, what I meant to say was, I hope I don't get beat by a woman.
He said,
that's nice.
He said, I didn't say cut. Just add an end to that somewhere. And you know what I'm happening with boys. So suddenly he comes off looking like Kennison in the middle of this.
Right, Vijay Singh. So I was, I didn't think there was really that she needed to do this. But when Vijay Singh started being a crybaby, that's when I turned tables and started rooting for Annika.
At first you didn't think, oh, women need to do this. I'll tell you the big difference there. Their tour stinks so much in terms of money.
Yeah.
That I don't blame anybody for not wanting to go out and make more cash.
Now, one of the golfers said, now these are guys that are out here trying to earn a living for their families. And she's taking a spot, and she's trying to take cash out of these guys' pockets.
Yeah, but every guy is trying to take cash out of a guy's pocket. They're saying, oh, this guy's got a family, let's let him win this week. That's not fair either.
So, and I'm sure Annika has someone she needs to feed.
You know, here's the weird thing. In 2003, we're still talking about stuff like that. Can women do it? Is it right for... You know, I mean, literally the same stuff happened when women were even going out to work at all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to take jobs for the men.
Now, is there any job, Fezzy, that you get a little nervous if a woman's doing it?
You know, it's really biased, and I'm wrong to say this. I get really nervous, you know my flying thing, if I see a female pilot. One time I was taking this little flight to Key West, and it was storming out, and we were getting on a small plane, and I was a nervous wreck. I see the co-pilot get on, and he looks like he's just out of high school.
Right.
So I'm thinking, all right, they're going to put him with some experienced, gray-haired gentleman, and I see a woman get on and climb in the cockpit with them. And I was scared to death.
More scared because she was a woman?
Yes.
Now, what did you think she was going to do in the cockpit?
I thought she might freak out. And I didn't think she had the experience of the silver-haired gentleman that I like to see in the cockpit.
All right, would you be more comfortable with an older woman getting in there?
No.
I'll be your pilot.
No, that wouldn't help me whatsoever. So pilot is definitely an occupation. It's a prejudice,
yeah.
But I'm not comfortable with seeing a woman there.
Remember when people used to be so uncomfortable with women car salesmen?
Oh, my father still is.
Well, now they actually do very well. Those almost be like model types working in car sales.
My dad will not buy a car from a woman car salesman.
Right.
You know, he doesn't think she knows anything about cars. And if you asked him anything about a car, he could barely tell you where the steering wheel is himself.
It's not like any of these car salesmen can actually fix the car.
He thinks that a female car salesman is being too pushy and doesn't have the know-how.
What about for you? Would that work for you?
I don't think I would mind that. A female car salesman.
All right, 866-277-4969. Then he's got a little prejudice he has to work on about women pilots. And he's saying he wouldn't mind a female car salesman. Not completely comfortable with it yet, though, right?
No, if there was like, if the salespeople were sitting on the porch, as they call it,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't go, well, they're going to come to you anyway, but I wouldn't pick the woman out.
They'll come running at you, and you don't even stand a chance.
They will dive on you with their claws as you walk onto the lot.
All right, let's try to get a little honest tonight. We won't be politically correct, but let's just look at this. If you have a prejudice of a job that you think, I'm not comfortable with a woman doing it, like some of these guys want a woman don't want a woman golfer, Fez. That's a man's game.
Yeah, they're upset about it. It happens tomorrow at the Colonial.
Yeah. 866-277-4969. Here's Billy Staples is coming in. What do you got for us, Billy?
Well, first off, with this, I agree 100% that a woman doesn't belong in the golf. But a woman should never be a garbage man. She cannot handle it physically.
Now, are you speaking from experience because you were a garbage
Yeah,
man?
I'm speaking from experience. There is absolutely no way, there is no woman can out there not only drive the truck, okay, but to actually do the physical labor.
Is there a big problem with women breaking into the garbage business?
Not that I'm aware of, but
Yes, I wouldn't worry about that one.
so that's the reason why. If I saw one, I'd feel very, very uncomfortable.
All right, here's Eileen as a question. Hey, Eileen, how are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
We're good, honey. Hi, Eileen.
I'm just curious. What if they were lesbians? What if they were like, real tight, got their hair cut short, looks really strong? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, I think a woman lesbian would be good in the garbage business.
I think the pilot was, and I was still nervous.
Now, what are you basing that on, Fezzy? She was wearing a uniform?
The slacks.
Well, I don't know. I just think that, if it's the image that you want to portray, like you want to have somebody that you think looks like they know what they're doing. I see an awful lot of women that, not just in lesbians, on the construction site, she looks like they could have just done anything they wanted.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. It doesn't really bother me so much. I don't think it, because I'm involved, I just don't think to myself, oh, a woman shouldn't be doing that.
All they do is stand there and wave flags for women on construction sites and road.
No, there's all different kinds. They do all different kinds of jobs. 866-277-4969. Here is Kevin. Kevin, you're on Run Fed.
Hey, Kevin, what you got?
Hey guys, I had a woman cardiologist actually do surgery on me, and I was a little weirded out by that. It was an entire female crew that was working on me.
Wow.
So I had like this Valium drip going, and I was pretty much no clothes on, laying on a metal table, and they were, I was doing their surgery, and I'm not sure if it was a, competency thing or just discomfort of being halfway there, halfway not.
You're afraid your dink was going to get grabbed.
Yeah, a guy's always worried about the dink in that situation. I thank you very much. Well, I guess it came out okay, Kev. I mean, your heart's okay now. I'll say this. The best dentist I ever had was a woman, a young woman, and she was Spanish.
Really?
Yeah. All right. And I went in there and she was just great, man.
I bet a woman would be a very soothing dentist. If I went, I might look for a woman.
I went, and whatever the work that she's done, because I've moved around a lot since then,
Right.
all the dentists always bring up that that's the best work I've had.
Now, with the female cardiologist, my dad goes to a woman heart doctor. Now, his doctor is a woman for his heart condition, but he won't go to a woman car salesman.
That's weird.
He'll trust the woman with his actual ticker, but not his car.
You know what it is? I think once you get to know that person, then it's, you either respect them or you don't respect them. Once you get past your initial prejudice. Here's Casper. Casper, you're on Run Fed.
Hey, Casper.
Hey, what's up, Ron? Says second time caller, dedicated listener.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, I was just listening to what Billy had said about a woman garbage truck.
Yes.
and they're working on the garbage trucks and stuff. Well, my wife's mother, she actually works on the garbage truck, and everybody was scared of her, man. Let me tell you what, she did a lot better job than any of them guys out there.
Yeah, I could see how a woman could do that. I mean, there was a time that you didn't even want, people worried about women truck drivers.
Yeah.
And now they're a lot more common.
Large Marge sent you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the call, buddy.
Here's Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, sorry, man, I'm on just one of the way from me, lose you. So I'll be real quick. Only thing that's kind of I get uncomfortable with are female police officers.
Now, why is that?
I saw one in Virginia. She was about 5'2". She was just another woman. She had in Virginia to wear the hats, so it looked like she had a sombrero on, and the hat was so big on her. She was laughing, and I was more fearful. So a guy sort of challenged her, because I'm sure she's able to handle her own.
Yeah, but isn't it rare for a uniformed police officer to really break into a fist fight somewhere anyway?
When if you look at all situations.
They're breaking up like after hours parties, and there's a lot of, late night events that sometimes get rowdy, and they have, these female police officers arrive, and some of them are really short.
When I'm in New York City, where Fez and I live before we came here, huge amount of women cops, and it's never an issue.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a huge percentage of women cops, and no one ever goes, oh, there's a woman cop, and most of them are tough as nails still.
A lot of it will go back to the respect thing. If you have respect for the law,
yeah,
it's respect for the uniform, not who's in it.
866-277-4969, 866-277-4969. We're talking about, do you still have that little non-political correctness where sometimes a woman at a different job will make you nervous? Fezzy, would you go to a woman doctor?
Probably not.
Not if you had the choice.
Not if I had the choice, because you know me and my peepster, how shy I am about it anyway. I am not going to go get a hernia check from a woman.
You'd rather a guy saw your cramp than a woman?
Oh, yeah. An old guy. A really old guy. Like my doctor now, Dr. Weiser.
I showed a woman doctor and she wasn't a doctor. I just said, here, something wrong with this? Or
you just keep calling her doctor.
Yeah, hello, doctor.
Just because she's in a long coat.
What is it, Wonder Boy?
I'm not comfortable with a woman that would be in high, executive office, like a president or vice president. For some reason, and even like Speaker of the House, like a high level of political office. Why? I feel like that women and men's thought processes are so different. And since a lot of the other world leaders are guys, I feel like there could be a thing where,
like when Margaret Thatcher was in and everybody used to push her around and
the Iron Lady?
No, this is the thing. It's not like a thing where it's guaranteed to go wrong, but I feel like there's a greater chance for miscommunication. And then, that could reflect poorly, on our country.
What looked really weird yesterday is President Bush had the president of the Philippines there. President Arroyo, I think is how you say her name. And it was very weird because they came up to the podium and he was with her and her husband was with Laura Bush. And it looked like the craziest wife swapping thing I had ever seen.
I don't know why I find this so hot.
Look at the White House swingers from Crawford, Texas.
Here's Larry. Larry, you're on a Fez. Larry.
Who cuts a man's hair better, a woman or a man?
Now, when I was younger, I used to always think I do not want a woman cutting my hair.
Yeah.
Because it was like a beauty parlor thing to me, like when I was probably up until I was in high school.
Every Saturday I had to go with my mom to the beauty parlor.
Yeah.
And sit there and wait for her to get done. And trust me, that's a long treatment.
But now, of course, it doesn't bother me one way or another.
Right?
Yeah.
What about a doctor like someone like a dermatologist? I think women are more thorough.
Yeah.
In things like that.
I used to go to a female dermatologist.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Lulu.
Thank you. Love you.
Are we still at the point where we're going, women are more thorough instead of just that one person? You know what I mean?
That's obviously just the person, because my doctor, the old man, is very thorough. Trust me.
And
he touches everything.
Here's Dan. Dan, you're on a Fez.
Hello, Dan.
Hey, what's up, Ron and Fez?
Hey, buddy.
Yo, someone asked if a job, plumber. I have a problem with too much toilet paper. And if that thing get clogged up, I want a man to come in so he knows what to do. Otherwise, a girl's just staring at you what the?
Right, so you'd rather, you don't want a woman to see your food. Okay. You
Why
know,
don't you quit overflowing the toilet at this point?
I would be against women plumbers, except for Green Acres. Turn me around on that.
Alf?
Yeah.
Ralph and Alf.
Here is Alex. Alex, you're on the face.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, Alec.
Can you hear me okay? I'm on myself.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay. I definitely think women should not be firefighters.
I guess there are women firefighters, but I don't see as many of them as I do cops.
Yeah, you see a lot more like women paramedics than actual firefighters. If
Well,
it's ever gonna
I
be
don't
the
know.
emergency
I know a
field.
few years back there was just debate about it, and I know I definitely wouldn't want a female going into, a 5-story building trying to take out my father or my husband or somebody. I would rather a guy.
All right, here's my thing. If someone's willing to run into my burning house to save a family member, I'll just thank them. It would never occur to me to go, wait a minute, you're a woman. Isn't there a guy to come running in here?
Well, you know what? I would absolutely thank her, but my concern is that she wouldn't be able to get the job done. And they would both end up dying in the burning building.
All right, thank you very much.
See, I would have to assume that if the fire department is going to send someone into that dangerous of a situation, that they've been fairly checked out and trained.
Here's Matt. Matt, you're on the face.
Hey, what's up, Ron? How you guys
Hey,
doing?
buddy.
Hey, buddy. I tell you what, it's just because I know they can't drive, I would never want a female ambulance driver.
Now, the EMTs, Bezzy brought that up until 20 years ago, all EMTs were like men, I believe. And
Right,
now
yeah.
you're seeing a huge percentage of them. Matter of fact, Billy Staples' daughter is either training to be an EMT.
I think she's in school. I don't think she's
Yeah.
an EMT yet.
Yeah, come on in here, Billy, because I know that she does work somewhere in that field as well as go to school. Billy, what exactly is your daughter doing?
My daughter is an EMT for her local fire department and at her college.
What is she doing? What's she learning in college?
Is she still training?
Yeah, she's going to school for physical therapy.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But this is a sideline that when she took her EMT and fire department training.
Now, what do you think about that?
I think it's amazing.
Yeah. Now, you're a guy who just told us a few moments ago, oh, a woman couldn't be a garbage man, and yet you're saying you're very proud of your daughter for being an EMT. Up until a little while ago, man, stop. Oh, how are you going to be able to carry a big fat guy that had a heart attack out of an apartment building? All those questions came up.
But they're not alone. They don't go up into buildings alone. They have the whole fire, the rescue squad goes with them.
What were you thinking of? A lone garbage man? Is that what your big pack?
Each guy has one side of the street.
So,
And I know your daughter can carry me down 5 flights.
That's not very.
it is very fair. I think she could do it, Billy. I'm serious. I'm proud of her, and I hope you are.
I'm very proud of what she's
Instead of saying
accomplished.
she's got guys to watch her at work,
No, what I'm saying is they never go out on a rescue call alone.
unlike the garbage people. I'm going on my own.
Damn, I forgot to put the truck in park while I was dumping the cans.
Here is Lori. Lori, you're on a fed.
Hey, Laura.
Hi, I'm a forensic pathologist, and I was wondering what you guys feel about a woman doing your autopsy.
Yeah, I don't, I got news for you. I don't want anybody doing my autopsy. I just want to be burned up immediately. I want to get rid of it.
I want to find out what happened to you. I want to know.
I know what it was. You annoyed the hell out of me. Lori, what kind of work is that, actually?
I come up dead people.
Yeah. What do you end up finding out most of the time?
What do you mean? In what kind of circumstance?
What's killing most of us out there? I want to be careful.
I mean,
What's killing most people?
well, you get a lot of the mostly routine things, heart disease, cancer, things like that. But every now and again, you get a good homicide investigation.
Everybody has to be checked, no matter no matter who they were.
No, they don't check some natural deaths in hospitals that sometimes aren't checked. So anything suspicious in hospital deaths just in a certain time period after surgery, and suicides with unknown causes, things like
All
that.
right, Lori, that's going to be fairly new for women to be in that field, probably the last 20 years or so, right?
I don't think so, no.
You think they've
I
always...
think of all the medical professions, probably pathology
All
has
right.
women in it, first. There just aren't that many pathologists around.
Yeah, you really, like, most towns seem like they have one. It's
Right.
always the same guy, like in L.A.
Quincy.
It's always that guy in L.A., that's the Asian guy who comes out.
Oh, Doug
There's a guy out of Pittsburgh, too.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much, Lori.
Sure.
Yeah, Ronnie and I knew a young lady who was an organ retrieval specialist. When someone died, and she would go and get the liver or the kidneys or whatever they were donating.
One night I got real drunk and I woke up, my pancreas was gone.
She's rough.
And then she tries to split the money with me. I'm like, no, I want it all.
Then she started a death metal band.
Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Run of Fed.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good.
What you got, Bubba? We're being honest tonight.
Freaks, gives me freak.
Well, the Catholic Church would be wise to have female priests. They're literally closing churches because they can't get enough priests, yet in the same time, or letting lay people go out and give out communions, and they're not letting the women of the church take over, Fez. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, but just let the freaks vary. That would take care of that.
I'll tell you what.
I'm talking about like a festival and other.
Yeah, but first of all, to me, they're not even priests.
My church, they decided to let women become elders, to sit on the board of elders. And I'll tell you what, that was probably about 5 years ago, and it has torn that church apart.
No, in what way, Fez?
There is such a it's so divisive. There are people that can't stand it, and there are people that welcome it, and they're at odds just about every Sunday.
Still 5 years later, we can't get used to the fact that women are elders.
Yeah, and what happened was it started to go in different directions in other areas, too. Like the people that love the women elders, they like a contemporary service with some guitars and tambourines.
They're modern.
Whereas the people that want the traditional just guy elders
Would have killed goats.
they want that traditional service. Just some quiet organ music, please. That's certainly trouble.
That's kind of interesting, but yeah, I guess you would say that, to welcome that place.
And you know my church, it's been a mess since.
I don't know if that's the only reason. I mean, part of it is that our worship in Martin Luther King. Ken, you're on Run and Fed.
What's going on, boys?
Yeah, what can we do for you?
I got to run, but either a boys or a men's sports team coach.
I would have been against that until I saw Wildcats starring Goldie Hawn, and she did such a great job with that team. That all the boys wanted her back next year.
When I sponsored my T-ball team, I wasn't allowed near the field because of some legal reasons. But Fez Watley's Cubbies, what I had put together was the first in T-ball league history of Pinellas Park, Florida, the first all-woman coaching staff.
Yeah, I read about that in the history books. When I was in Cooperstown, there was a big...
I practiced with Jackie Robinson.
And this was the team that you sponsored?
Yeah, Fez Watley's Cubbies.
So all women coaches and the owners of FAG, that must have been one teased team.
First of all, sponsor.
Here is Jim. You're on Run and Fed.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, buddy.
Listen, I know the guy earlier talked about a cop, but
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable about a cop. So it's called how people react to female cops. You got a guy, and it doesn't matter about competence. You could have a female cop / standards at a male cop, like what she does.
Mm-hmm.
But you get some less jobs, but he is either intimidated or not intimidated. And he reacts to a female with violence. Whereas, with a guy, he's subdued.
Well, I don't know, Jim. I've never seen any evidence to back that up. I never heard of huge amount of women cops being attacked.
I mean, if that was a problem, you'd think you'd hear about it and changes would be made.
You might be, you might be right about that. You just think, human nature might be that, people would tend to be a little calmer around a guy.
I'm normally
being intimidated.
I'm more apt to listen to the person that has the gun, but that's just my thing.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Thank you, Jimmy. 866-277-4969.
With me, Ronnie, I have a little trouble with a woman sports announcer.
Really?
Yeah, I have a little problem with that.
What about Robin Roberts? She's great.
Robin Roberts, one of my favorite moments last college football season was she was doing a game, a Penn State game. She was doing play-by-play. The guy doing the color with her, they make a comment about the quarterback, and the guy doing the color commentary with her goes, "Yes, sir." Right to Robin Roberts. And it was hysterical to me.
All right, friends, here is some jobs. This is got handed to me by Rory. This is jobs that you don't normally see men doing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. This is number one. It's 98%, so I guess it would only be 2% of men have the job as a preschool or kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
There is no way in the world I would ever want to be a preschool or kindergarten teacher. I have seen those guys, but I guess it is a little more few.
Yeah, I remember the elementary school that was next to my house. They they had an elementary school PE coach. And this guy looked so mean. He looked like an old army sergeant. And yet he was working with these kindergarten kids.
Yeah.
And it just seemed really odd and out of place.
Was it Arnold Schwarzenegger and was it a movie?
It's not a tumor. Not.
All right, you don't often see this. Not very many men. Only 2% work as dental hygienists. No, I've never seen that.
Not sure. I've never had a male hygienist.
Only 2% of men work as secretaries. Now, the odd thing here is up until probably the turn of the century, only men were secretaries.
Yeah, that's right. Bob Cratchit types.
Yeah, right.
That's the way it worked. That's the way it was.
It would be nice to have a secretary who could actually help move the desk.
Jane Hathaway actually changed all that for us.
Not a lot of cleaners and servants, typists, registered nurses, only about 7% are men. Speech therapists, not very many men. Dressmakers. Now that's kind of odd because when you look at a lot of the style, the fashion thing, a lot of guys running that business.
Yeah, where you see Halston and Armani and everyone else. I'm trying to think of someone really fast there.
Halston, I don't even know. Not very many men. Dietitians, bank tellers, only 13%. Hairdressers and cosmetologists, only 10%. Teachers' aides, only 8%. Now, why wouldn't you, if you're going to be a teacher's aide, why not just go and be the teacher?
I wonder if that's like just a step there. Yeah. If it's like you have to be a teacher's aide before you're a teacher.
Only 17% of men have the job of telephone operator.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought there'd be more there.
23% of men are cashiers. Most of them are in liquor stores.
Right.
All women are cashiers until you get to the liquor store, and then it's a guy. Why is that? Because it's booze? Hey, this is booze. It's a manly job.
I like a guy cashier in the liquor store, but I like a female bartender.
Let's see, about 24% waiters. So about 76% of the wait people out there are women.
Wow. I would have thought that was more even. Or even more men.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're eating in the city more.
Oh,
when you get into the suburb.
And they're all struggling actors.
Yeah. Or a Bennigan. Hi, my name's Chris, and I'll be with you. All right, turn it down a notch, Chris. I'm just here for drinks.
Too much flair.
Hey, how we doing tonight, guys? I'm getting drunk by myself, and I really am not trying to make a friend.
Yeah, we're not really hoping to beat state tonight, okay?